Book opens with a quiet but unsettling observation: most days end without you being able to say what truly mattered. Jake Knapp and John Zeratsky don't blame a lack of discipline or willpower. They point the finger at a world engineered to steal attention: apps, feeds, meetings, notifications, systems that profit when you stay distracted. Make Time is not about becoming more efficient at doing everything, it's about reclaiming your day so it reflects what you care about. At the heart of the book is a simple mindset shift. Instead of asking how to fit more into your day, you decide what deserves your best energy. Each day gets a single highlight, one meaningful thing that, if completed, makes the day feel successful. This could be progress on a project, quality time with someone, or deep thinking. The highlight is not a to-do list item, it's a daily declaration of priority. Choosing the highlight forces honesty. The authors explain that many people confuse urgency with importance. Emails, messages, and meetings feel unavoidable, but they rarely define a meaningful day. By selecting a highlight in advance, ideally the night before or early morning, you create a small act of rebellion against autopilot living. You stop reacting and start choosing. Once the highlight is chosen, the challenge becomes protecting it. The book dives into how distraction works, especially the infinity pools of endless content designed to hook you. The authors are not anti-technology, they are anti-unexamined use. They suggest shaping your digital environment so it serves you instead of hijacking you, much like arranging furniture to support how you want to live in a room. One of the most actionable ideas is redesigning defaults. Phones, apps, and calendars all come with built-in assumptions that your attention is available to anyone at any time. By changing notification settings, removing social apps from the home screen, or checking email at scheduled times, you turn constant temptation into a conscious choice. The goal is not purity, but friction. Time is not just about hours, it's about energy. The book emphasizes that focus is fragile when your body is depleted. Sleep, movement, sunlight, and real food are framed not as wellness trends but as productivity tools. The authors argue that a tired brain seeks easy dopamine, which is why distraction becomes irresistible when energy is low. Movement is treated especially practically. You don't need to become an athlete, you need to remind your body it was built to move. Walking meetings, short bursts of exercise, or even stretching are enough to reset mental clarity. The book consistently favors realistic habits over heroic routines, knowing that consistency beats intensity. The authors also explore the myth of busyness as status. Being busy often masks a lack of intention. They encourage creating time blocks for the highlight, even if small, and defending that time politely but firmly. This means saying no, rescheduling, or letting some things be mediocre so one thing can be excellent. Another key idea is embracing the idea of laser mode. When working on your highlight, remove temptations entirely rather than relying on willpower. Close tabs, silence devices, and create a physical or digital space that supports depth. Focus is not a personality trait, it's an environment you design. The book doesn't ignore reality. Interruptions happen. Days fall apart. The authors stress flexibility over guilt. If your highlight slips, you don't label the day a failure. You adapt, choose a new moment, or simply try again tomorrow. Shame is treated as a bigger enemy than distraction. Storytelling throughout the book reinforces that these ideas were tested in demanding careers at Google and YouTube. The authors describe high-pressure environments where attention was constantly fragmented, proving that these strategies are not theoretical. They were born out of survival, not self-help ideology. One of the most powerful undercurrents is the idea that meaning is made daily, not someday. You don't wait for a vacation, promotion, or life overhaul to feel present. You build days that feel full now, one highlight at a time. This reframes success as a practice, not a destination. As the book progresses, it becomes clear that Make Time is less about productivity and more about values. What you choose as your highlight reveals what you believe matters. Over weeks and months, those choices compound into a life that looks intentional rather than accidental. The authors encourage experimentation instead of rigid systems. Try one change, notice how it feels, keep what works, discard what doesn't. This removes the pressure to get it right and replaces it with curiosity. You become a designer of your days rather than a victim of them. By the end, the message lands quietly but firmly: time is not found, it is made. Not through force or optimization, but through small, human choices repeated daily. When you decide what deserves attention, protect your energy, and forgive imperfection, you don't just get more done. You get your life back.